Welcome to Sunday Night Step Up on Sunday, July 2nd, and I'm super excited to be sharing with you. We've been on a little bit of a break, too much of a break for me, but it did fly by rather quickly. Of course, I guess maybe some people might not have been as quick, but here we are back at it, and I'm super excited. If you don't know what Sunday Night Step Up is, what we try to do on Sunday Night Step Up is to bring you mindset rules or mindset ideas to help you have a successful week in the week ahead. I'm not going to tell you on a daily basis how to control your calendar or how to plan your life. You know, if you want to do that, I mean, you can certainly reach out to me for coaching, but I'm not going to do that on this podcast. This podcast is about mindset, and mindset is about 99% of everything we do. One of my mentors said that life is like waves on the beach. There's always going to be problems. They're always going to be coming in. If you ever walk along the beach, you know there's waves coming in, occasional breaker. You know, it's wave, then crash. You know, there's a breaker. And life can be the same way. A lot of times it's just problem, catastrophe. And my mentor said it's always your mindset that makes a difference in whether you're successful or not. So I believe going into the week, it's all about having the right mindset. So even though this week's going to be a short week for many people, you should always be on your guard to have a good day and a good week, even if it's a short week, even if maybe you don't have to go to your job. I would ask you, what are you doing to build your life? On the outside of that, don't just take life off because we have a day off. So today's topic is going to be great. It's something I think about a lot. It's the topic of freedom. So let's get right into it. I'll share Merriam's definition, and I'll share my definition, okay? Merriam-Webster says that freedom is the power to act, speak, or think as one wants without hindrance and or restraint. You know, so you could argue, you know, in our country, maybe some things have become restricted, maybe they're not. I would say this, you still have the opportunity to be what you want in our country. You know, is the window closing on that? I don't know. Depends on whether or not you act and become what you want. Because in most cases, people who think freely are sidelined and basically buried in their life. They're not doing the things you need to be truly free to be able to make a difference in this world and your family and our country. So I would say if you're watching this and you're not where you want to be, get busy, because you're probably doing something for the cause of freedom more than you realize by becoming independent and free, okay? So what's my definition of freedom? My definition of freedom I stole from someone a long time ago, and that was being able to do what you want, where you want, with whomever you want, when you want. So it's a matter of finances, but it's also a matter of mindset, and it's a matter of how you apply these rules that I'm going to talk about tonight to your life, because we do have the freedom to do certain things, but is it expedient? No, it's not always the right thing to do. So let's get right in. I got five thoughts I want to share with you tonight about freedom in your life and in mine, okay? The first one I wanted to say, and some of these things I've grabbed, you know, you've heard these, but I just want to expound on them a little bit. So, you know, the first one is you have the freedom to choose, but you're not free from the consequences of your choice. And I'm going to say that's probably one of the biggest quotes on freedom that you ever will hear. And if you haven't heard it, you're welcome. You know, but it's also true. You are free in our country and in many others around the world to make choices that you want to make, but you're not free from the consequences of your choice. So often this is applied in a negative manner. People talk about it in the sense of, hey, you know, you're free to experiment with something, or you're free to, you know, come and go as you please in a relationship or whatever. But I want you to know it's not just that. Obviously, if you experiment with illegal substances or some other thing, or you experiment outside of a relationship or whatever, there are some negative consequences to that. But, you know, I think you need to think about the positive consequences of that as well. You know, you're free to choose to be free of ignorant people. You're free to choose to be free of negative people. You're free to choose what you do for a career. And I don't care what your age is. I don't care what you are doing right now for a living. If you're not happy with it, or you're not making enough money, or maybe you're making enough money but you don't have enough time, you are free to make choices that are going to get you where you want to go. So yeah, freedom is comes with a set of consequences, okay? So make them be positive consequences in your life. The next one is, the truth will set you free. We always hear that. You know when I always hear that? I always hear that when some loudmouth that probably should not be talking says something, along the lines of, oh, I'm just speaking the truth or whatever. Sometimes, most times, I would say those people are ones that probably need to not be speaking whatever it is they believe to be the truth. But it's our country, it's free, they can say what they want, do what they want. But I would say this about that statement: the truth will set you free. The truth's only going to set you free if you accept it. You see, that statement comes from Jesus Christ, and he doesn't say the truth will set you free if you speak what you believe to be the truth. What he says is that the truth will set you free when you know the truth, and the truth is that he was referencing himself. He says in the Bible, he is the way, the truth, and the life. And while my podcast is not meant to get particularly religious, that is what I believe, and I don't mind sharing it, but I will say this much: don't misquote, misuse that to just say whatever you want to say, or to use it against someone else per se. Maybe ponder in your own heart, what's the truth to you? What do you know about the truth, and what facts or what do you back that up with? So the truth will set you free, but it's only going to set you free if you accept it, and it is the truth. Okay. Third of all, freedom should not be used as a cloak for maliciousness. Once again, going back to a lot of people, they talk about, oh, I'm free to say what I want when I want to say it. Yeah, you are, but does everything need to be said? No, it doesn't need to be said all the time. But, you are free to say what you want or do what you want, but freedom should not be used as a cloak of maliciousness. And I would even go as far as, even in our government, to say that, freedom, sometimes we say we're promoting democracy around the world or whatever, and I'm sure that sometimes there's malicious intent behind it. So freedom should not be used as a mallet to beat somebody or say things you shouldn't say, or to try to free yourself of the circumstances. If you know one of those people, you are one of those people that use freedom like that. Oh, I'm just free to say whatever I want, to do what I want. And it's hurting other people. There's going to come consequences with that, just like we referenced in item number 1. So don't use freedom as a cloak of maliciousness, or as a cloak of maliciousness. Don't use it to just hurt people and hide behind your quote unquote freedom. Yeah, you're free to say it, absolutely, but don't use it for negativity. Use it for positive. Keep a positive mindset. Use your freedom to help other people. Use your freedom to reach out and share it with somebody that maybe they don't feel so free. Especially if you're watching this, chances are you're probably of a mindset already that you're going to do something different in the world or something to change the world. So don't fall victim to the trap of, I'm free, I can do whatever I want. Don't add maliciousness to your lifestyle. It's not necessary. And honestly, it's not going to reap you anything good. Another saying I like about freedom, it says, freedom is not free. And it's not free, and oftentimes that's in reference to our vets, our people who sacrificed everything, made the ultimate sacrifice. And that's true. We have freedom in this country and many others around the world because men and women gave their lives, in absolute combat, to brutal circumstances so that you and I could do what we want tonight, However, it's not just applied to that. You can apply that to your financial life. You can apply that to your relationship life and the rest of your life. Freedom comes with a price. So if you want to be free from your job, or free from the man, or free from, whoever your boss is or what have you, chances are you just haven't paid the price yet to have the wherewithal to be able to come and go as you please. So, freedom's not free. And the question is, are you paying the price tonight, or have you paid the price, or are you going to pay the price to be able to be free and to be able to come and go as you want? And there are a couple ways to do that. You can live within your means, or you can, grow your income, or you can set up your lifestyle in a way that you can do the things that you want, okay? And last but not least, and I'm going to try to squeeze this in the last 40 seconds, most people are not truly free because they won't pay that price. And that's the truth. Most people are not going to do the things that they need to do in order to be truly free. And most people are not going to live that way. Most people are not going to accept the consequences. And if you're building a life or a business, I would say to you, understand something. It's a numbers game, finding people that think like you do. And the numbers are going to be small, and your group is going to be small. People that truly believe like you believe. But at the end of the day, is it worth it to be free? Absolutely. Pay the price.